Hello everybody, I'm the okayest bassist, and this is the Sire Z7 in a beautiful burgundy, maybe? It's pink, it's pink. I don't know if when this video comes out if I'll still have this bass. There's some things with it, not big things, but some things. When I got it, the strings were touching on the first like 3 to 4 frets. Awful buzz when fretted, but they were like almost touching the frets normally without being fretted. There was no discernible sound when it was fretted. Since I do a string change every time I get a bass to my D'Addario ETB 92s anyway, I did that. Took about half to a full rotation for the truss rod adjustment, and now it's pretty good. I do have a small complaint on the B string, and it might be because these aren't tapered, and that's probably the main thing of it. But because the D'Addario ETB 92s are not tapered, and because I'm doing string through, could have something to do with it, but I don't believe so. The B string has super high action. I mean, we're talking 2, maybe 3 millimeters at the bottom. I have the rest of them set up nicely the way I would like. The only other thing on this, which I have reported all these issues to Sweetwater, they're currently trying to figure out what they want to do. The other one I have is the control knobs. Bully the Kids video, he said the knobs were awesome. They snapped right into place in the middle. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but in the middle it does have some wiggle. That's not a huge deal. And you can possibly, I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a click for the middle. However, my problem is on the stacked knobs. If you can see it, when turning the stacked knobs, they don't turn independently. If I grab the top and turn it, the bottom turns with it. If I grab the bottom, the top turns with it. On the other stack, there is a little bit of independent motion, but not a lot. Only these two seem to be good on locking in. Now, they do have the push-pull on the last knob, and if you pull it out, it makes it good, goes into passive mode. But again, on the middle, it doesn't. It has a lot of wiggle where the other two don't. So I don't know if it's just maybe bad pots that are in this one. I'm not sure. Beyond the setup and the knobs, everything else is fine. It goes into passive. It sounds good. I know some like Jono have said that when they went up to the neck pickup, it was really weak. I know that's been a complaint some others have had. I haven't noticed anything major there. They seem to be pretty evenly balanced on this one in particular. But I say I don't know about this one because, one, I have to see what Sweetwater says. At this point, I don't have an answer. By the time this comes out, I will have already had a decision. But as of right now, for me, which this is the beginning of October, this is not something I plan to keep at this time. I know Bully would like to have this one, or one just like it, maybe even a better example. But if things don't work out for him to get one on his own, then I may sell this one to him at a discount because of the problems. Or if Sweetwater turn around and say, hey, send it back, then we'll send you another one, then I may do that. I'm not sure. But beyond the issues I have, it is wonderful. I mean, it's a Stingray. It does have, it has neck dive. It's a big thing I don't like. The bottom horn is kind of small, but it's still serviceable. I mean, if you rest your arm on the back, you can play just fine. I did not think I would like how this one was colored. I actually ordered it in thinking that I would have it sent to Bully, but since I sent him the other one first, I ended up taking this one. But I like the color. I love the aesthetics. I love the matching headstock. I did not think I would like the back of the neck because the pictures I'd seen online made it look like it was just regular, untreated, almost like a maple. But this one at least has a slightly darker, like it's not roasted, I don't think at all, but but it is a darker. I just don't like it when you have colored matching headstock and then the back looks untreated. To me, that just screams, "Hey, I'm cheap. There wasn't a lot of effort put into this." Also, you got this nice sparkly pink and a dark motif, and then you have a dark fingerboard. I don't understand not a dark neck. I think that would have been better than the front to back contrast that we get, but hey, I wasn't the designer. I've had no problems with these tuners. They were excellent. I didn't have any wiggle on any of them, which is something I've had on brand new bases where you get it in. Have to either tighten if they have the nuts on the front that hold them. The only other thing about this that I just have as a personal, hey, what were we kind of thinking here? It has this bar type string tree with 2 screws to hold it down. And when you're putting the string in, at least every string I've ever seen has the core wire poking out the end. And I could just see you go to slide that in there and you end up gouging this paint. So I don't know if maybe that would have been a consideration for like a small piece of plastic. I ended up just getting a big pick and sticking it underneath from the top so that when I put the string through, the core wire would hit that pick. Again, not saying it's a bad design. String trees are great. I personally prefer when they have a back tilt to the headstock, so there's not a need for a string tree. But I understand for design and making it, that's a choice. But it is just a thing I would warn folks about. As I said, it does have the string through body, and I am doing string through, but it also has bridge through. I do like the truss rod adjust at the base of the neck. It is using an Allen wrench, and they do include a long Allen wrench for that so that you have more leverage. I still prefer something on the bottom with like a wheel so that you don't have to have a specific tool carried with you. If you have it with a wheel, you could feasibly just stick any small durable object in there, like a screwdriver, whatever, to adjust that. But again, just different choices. All in all, I do like it, but again, it's just not a thing I see myself wanting to keep long term. By the time the video comes out and comments start rolling in, I will end up saying something about whether I still have it or not. But I think for the price, it's a good base. I mean, they talk about their, rolled fret edges and all that. It is super comfy. The neck feels nice. It's not sticky and it's not like slick. I've had some instruments that I've had before that the wood almost feels like it's saturated in oil and that you can't get a decent purchase. It all feels great. The only problem in execution are those knobs and then the slight bit of setup that it had, which right now, again, beginning of October, we've gone from really hot and we started getting some cold spells here in the Midwest where I live, so could be that the temperature fluctuation changed it more than after during the inspection kind of thing. But either way, it is a bass I would recommend. I've had some that I've told people, no, I wouldn't buy one of those. This is one that I think is worth it, the 4-string or the 5-string. I don't think, given the option of all the same aesthetics, that I would choose the Z7 over the Z3. This pickup, to me, doesn't make a huge difference, but again, I'm a set it and forget it kind of person. All the stuff I have is set at noon, and then the volume and tone are all the way open. Mostly because if I try to roll the tone off, the volume goes with it without holding both of them and twisting it. But outside of that, it is a nice little bass. I do enjoy it. I would recommend it once these start popping up on the used market. Right now, because they're still hard to get new, I've seen them on the used market for basically the same price. But I think a couple months, maybe into the year kind of thing, when Christmas is over, we might start seeing these align more to the typical 80% retail on the used market, and I think it'd be a great option there. As always, whenever you buy something, like if you buy from Sweetwater, call the phone number, talk to somebody, ask them about a discount. They usually have at least 5-10% they can knock off just because you're calling and asking. But as far as the instrument itself goes, I think it's fair for the price. Would I buy this exact one if I had seen it in a store and played it? No. Would I still buy a Z7? Probably not. I don't know that that pickup really matters too much to me. As long as I've got the back, I'm going to be fine. So Z7 versus Z3 wouldn't really matter. I would still buy the 5 strings. I prefer 5 strings, but I think all of them are good and they're all great for their price. So those are my thoughts. Again, this is going to come out a while after I've recorded it. It's the beginning of October. This is probably going to come out November, mid to end of November, if my timeline is correct in my head. So feel free to ask what's going on with it. If I still have it, I'll probably want to sell it. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day.